Yes, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Thank you for watching this channel. Do please like and subscribe. There's a little link down there. You can click that. And I'm going to talk today. I've been on holiday, by the way, if you wonder where the hell I've been. I went to Lincolnshire, just near a place called Boston, having a look round and seeing what I could see there. Can't see much of the sea because they've got a big dike all round. So you want to go up, you've got to climb up this dike. Well, that's what I found anyway. Nice place though. Anyway, let me tell you what I'm talking about today. I'm talking, of course, about the riots and the imprisonment of offenders, which is being done at a rapid pace, as you've probably seen. People are getting 20 months, 2 years. There'll be more dished out now. Somebody on the internet has been posting hate, asking people to gather up and go out there and commit crimes. Well, it's crazy. The one thing you mustn't do ever is attack the police. That just doesn't help. It just makes things worse. And these people who are saying that they're protesters, they're not protesters. These are the people who are smashing shop windows, burning cars and attacking the police, are just plain outright thugs who are getting a prison sentence now, and they're going to end up behind bars, in jails all over the country. The prisons are already at bursting point, so they're just making matters a lot worse for us all. And the government seem to have decided that they're going to take a strong hand with this, and have obviously cleared the courts to deal with these offenders, and the police are aggressively searching for them. Now, of course, we've seen today there were two I believe they were Asians, in Leeds, who were sentenced to 20 months and 18 months, one 18 months, one 20 months, for attacking a group of white people. They attacked them and bashed them about a bit and thumped them and all the rest of it, then went off down the road bumping fists and celebrating the fact that they'd given some white people an attack and a beating, and they got sentenced to imprisonment today. Very rapid. What will they find in prison? Well, they're going to find a lot of people in prison are now, unfortunately, seem to be following the American system, whereby they get into prison and they form themselves into groups, into little gangs, cliches, birds of a feather. So you're going to have the prison system disintegrating to the point where you've got like the Asian gangs, and you've got the Hispanic gangs, and you've got the white English gangs. But it is ridiculous. I mean, when you're in prison, you're all basically prisoners. So you've really got to learn to live together, and you've got to learn how not to be racially conflicted. But I don't believe that that's going to happen overnight, is it? And of course you've got Nigel Farage. He's making certain statements, storming things up, and you can believe this. I've spoken about this guy before, Tommy Robinson. It looks very much like the government are definitely going to blame him for whipping up racial hatred, and I believe that Tommy Robinson will know this. And as I said, there's some things I agree with what he's saying, but I don't agree with promoting racial hatred, because goodness me, we're on planet Earth. It's just a dot, like a full stop in the book of the universe. That's all it is. So where do we go with this? Well, coming this weekend, it's forecast to be hot weather, so we are going to see further disturbances, no doubt about it. My advice to people would be stay away. I said to my daughter, she's a social worker, and she goes out relocating people who are coming out of care. When they reach the age of 18, they have to be rehoused because they can no longer stay with their adoptive parents. So my daughter goes out and visits them, finds them a job, gets them into their housing. She has to go all over the northwest, and she has to visit prisons as well. So I told her, in the event that you see anything like this kicking off, turn around and go in the exact opposite direction. Get out of it. I would say that to anybody, including my grandson. He said to me, he said, I know exactly what to do. You know, I'm turning around and going the other way. And he's 6'4", great big lad, but he's not going to get involved in nonsense like that. It definitely is. And of course, we saw that guy, the Asian fella, shouting that we should go out and slit the throats of the infidels. This kind of language will get you in prison these days. And of course, when you're in prison, you can join up with your fellow travellers and go for it in there. Because I've been saying this for some time. I believe that there's going to be serious disruption in the prison system. And what do we get then? We're going to get riots in the prisons, and all hell's going to break loose. I see Keir Starmer has said that the police are going to have a special operational response group, and they're going to have about 20,000 officers that are available to attend. So in the event that there's trouble in, say, Manchester, well, they'll just all mob-handed go charging into Manchester. And believe me, I've seen it. My brother was the inspector in charge of the tactical aid group, they called it at the time, in the Greater Manchester Police. And they were tooled up. They had weapons, guns. You know, he was a registered gun holder for the police. And they also had batons, big strong batons. And they would go in and do what was essential. Well, what they thought was essential. I mean, you can imagine these are just blokes, men, who are out there. Some women these days as well. So, trouble ahead, I'm afraid. Anyway, I'm back. Tales from the jails. Do leave me some comments down below. I like that. And last time somebody give me a request for a song they wanted me to sing. Well, I can't bloody sing, can I? But I'm going to crucify this one for you. They wanted me to sing The Gambler by Kenny Rogers, yeah? So here it is, my attempt at destroying the validity of this song, The Gambler. Are you all sitting comfortably? Are you? I'm not sure you will be when I finish singing this. Let's go for it. On a warm summer's evening. Oh, sorry, I forgot the ding dong. Here we go. That's the ding dong, yeah. Oh, before I go any further, I've got a story to tell you. Yeah, it's about Larry. Now, you all know Larry's from Rotherham. He posts down here on this site, yeah. Larry went to see a psychic medium on stage, and the psychic medium said, "Does anybody here seen a ghost?" Lots of people put their hand up. Very good, he said. Has anybody here actually spoken to a ghost? 2 or 3 people put their hand up. I said, has anybody here made love to a ghost? And Larry put his hand up. So the psychic said to Larry, come on stage, Larry, come on stage. Join on stage, he said, I've been doing this for the last 20 years, he said, and I've never yet met anybody that's made love to a ghost. And Larry says, ghost? I thought you meant goat. So there you are, that's a little story for today. And now I'm going to sing you a song, and I'll re-ring the bell. That's your warning. So here we go. The Gambler, destroyed by John G. Sutton. On a warm summer's evening, on a train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler. We were both too tired to sleep, so we took turns of staring out of the window at the darkness, till boredom overtook us, and we began to speak. He said, "Son, I made a life out of reading people's faces and knowing what their cards were by the way they held their eyes. So if you don't mind me saying, I can see you're out of aces. For a taste of your whiskey, I'll give you some advice." So I handed him my bottle, and he drank down my last swallow. Then he bummed a cigarette and asked me for a light. And the night got deathly quiet. His face lost all expression. Said, "If you're gonna play the game, boy, you gotta play it right. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Every gambler knows the secret to surviving is knowing what to throw away and knowing what to keep. 'Cause every hand's a winner and every hand's a loser, and the best that you can hope for is to die in your sleep." And when he finished speaking, he turned back towards the window, crushed out his cigarette, and faded off to sleep. And somewhere in the darkness, the gambler, he broke even, but in his final words, I found an ace that I could keep. You gotta know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, know when to walk away, and know when to run. You never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be time enough for counting when the dealing's done. Well, there you go. That's my Destruction of the Gambler by Kenny Rogers, which I'm sure that you all deeply enjoyed, and you're going to like and subscribe down there. Leave me a comment, and don't forget to get my book. And tomorrow evening, 13th, oh no, it's Tuesday evening, the 13th of August, here on Tales from the Jails, we're having a live discussion, and I hope we all get through this weekend, because there's going to be trouble. Tales from the Jails.